Hi, David Henry here with TKDteeth, where we're giving the bite back to Taekwondo. Today, we're going to be going over the most basic of basics, the punch. So the first thing as far as the punch, we need to talk about making a proper fist. For a lot of people, they'll start off with no instruction trying to grab the thumb. Don't do that. You'll break your thumb. And usually on the first day of your Taekwondo or other martial art training where you're learning to strike, they'll tell you to roll the fingers down, squeeze tight, wrap the thumb along the bottom. And the problem is that a lot of people squeeze tight like they're trying to crush a walnut, and that throws the fingers out of alignment, which means if I hit the bag, I'm going to end up breaking my fingers along here, damaging them. So instead, let me give you another analogy. Think about a baby grabbing someone's finger. When a baby grabs, they tend to wrap evenly. So I have even along here, even along here, and even along here. Now when I punch, I'm actually only going to hit with the two knuckles that I want to. Now, what we're going to talk about next is getting proper wrist alignment. You already know how to make a proper fist, but let's make sure that you're still hitting with the right part of the fist. For a lot of people, when they throw their punch, especially beginners, it rides up, making like a ramp. We want this nice and flat. If it rides up, I'm going to end up hitting with these knuckles right here. And once again, it's going to hurt. It's not going to matter that this is flat if my wrist is angled up. So remember, roll it down and have it be flat along with the forearm. Now the other thing that a lot of people do is they act almost like their fist is holding like a mug and that they're pouring it out. But the issue with that, with this kind of angle right here, is that when I punch, now I'm going to hit more here. What I want is to line up the two bones in the wrist, my radius and my ulna, with the first and middle knuckle of my hand. So I angle it out, as well as making sure that it stays flat. This lines up here, this lines up here, and my whole punch is going to be a lot stronger for it. Now our last bit of advice for throwing a better punch is going to be a little bit controversial, because it might go against what you've been taught. It went against what I had been taught initially as well. And that is, when a punch is thrown, normally we chamber and throw, and it comes out at 180 degrees, or so that essentially the top of my fist is parallel with the floor. This is originally done because it's easy to teach people to make it level with the floor, and also it's very aesthetically pleasing. When this is level with the floor, it's easy to see. What we actually want to do is throw our punch just shy of 180 degrees. I want my first knuckle to rise up just a little bit above the middle knuckle. Now you may be asking yourself, why would we do this? Let me tell you. When the punch is thrown at 180 degrees, the elbow begins to flare outward. Now, in later videos, we'll get into why that's bad, but for right now, let me just say, trust me. What we want is for the elbow to remain in a more downward position. That's going to give better structural integrity for my arm, and it's going to allow the muscles and skeleton in my arm to connect better with the shoulder, spine, hips, and legs. This is also going to allow my arm to remain just a little bit more relaxed, and as we all know, relaxation equals speed, and speed is power. So by throwing the punch and snapping it just a little bit short of that 180 degrees, it allows my punch to come out more relaxed, faster, and more powerful. Now when you're practicing and doing maybe forms or practicing in the air, throwing that full 180 is absolutely fine. But if you're working on a bag or you're sparring with an opponent, that's when I would recommend going ahead and stopping it short. When the elbow remains down, it's going to give you better structure and your punches are going to hit harder. In conclusion, remember, when we make a fist, don't crush the walnut. Grab like the baby grabbing someone's finger. Make sure that your alignment is proper along here and along here. And when you're working on a bag, you're sparring an opponent, don't rotate the full 180 degrees. Let the first knuckle ride up just a little bit higher than the middle knuckle. And all of these are going to make your punch just a little bit better. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video useful, hit that like button and subscribe for future content. Once again, I'm David Henry, TKDteeth, where we're giving the bite back to Taekwondo.